May I seek permission of the Honorable the Chief Justice to commence the full court farewell ovation.
Yes.
May I request Sri Anil C. Singh, Additional Solicitor General of India, to speak a few words.
My Lord, Honorable Chief Justice, Justice
Revati Mohite Dere, Chief Justice Designate, Meghalaya High Court, family members of Justice Dere who are present here, other honorable judges of this court, my co-speakers, senior members of the bar, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great joy that I congratulate Justice Revati Mohite Dere today on her elevation as a Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. Before I start, I would like to quote the noble philosopher Socrates, who once said, "Four things belongs to a judge: to hear courteously, to answer wisely, to consider soberly, and to decide impartially." It takes one a lot of patience and understanding to develop all these attributes. And Justice Dere has time and again proven that she is excellent and possessing and exercising them. Born in Pune, she studied LLM at the University at Cambridge, UK, being the recipient of the Cambridge Commonwealth Trust Scholarship for LLM. After completing her LLM, Justice Dere joined the chambers of her father, an eminent senior advocate, Shri Vijay Mohite at Pune, who was an eminent defense lawyer, expert in cross-examination in trials. He was also the chairman of the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa and had made an extensive contribution to the criminal law system. Thereafter, she joined the chambers of Barrister Raja Bhosle, and her leadership was appointed as judge in 2013. And before that, she was the government pleader and the public prosecutor in this court. Her unending efforts for this institution are not only limited to the routine judicial functions, but extend to her leadership's keen interest in the administration and improvement of the same. She has played a crucial role in the establishment of daycare center near the court, which is open to use for the staff and the lawyers of this court. Her unwavering commitment to the service of the society was seen again in 2024, with the bench of Justice Dere and Justice Chauhan directed the Maharashtra government to consider proper implementation of an advisory issued by the Union of India way back in 2010 to grant medical bail or to put terminally ill person in house arrest. For this purpose, the bench visited Yerwada prison in Pune. Justice Dere played a significant role in transforming the Dongri Children's Home into a child-friendly environment during her tenure as a chairman of the Children's Committee. She initiated change to improve the living condition of the children. Her vision was to ensure that home produces a conducive environment for the overall development of the children who are in need of the care and protection. I've seen the photograph of the children home center, and it is just like some 3-star hotel. So we never expected that this would be a children's home. Her leadership's devotion to the field has not only been appreciated by her brothers and sisters of Bombay High Court, but also by the Supreme Court. One of such example of these being when the bench comprising of Justice Pardiwal and Justice Mahadevan lauded the bench led by Justice Dere for their courage in passing an order in the matter of Soheb Sequeira. Justice Dere has always put the safety of the citizen as paramount in importance, which is reflected in the judgment authored by her that emphasized on her view that right to good and safe roads is an essential component of one's life, amounting to being a part of a person's fundamental right. Justice Dere has also authored judgment in case of Ram Kotmal, holding that right to sleep forms a part of fundamental right. Her leadership has been a steadfast force in the protection of women's rights. Justice Dere held that Haji Ali Dargah trust ban on women entering the center was unconstitutional, and it violated Article 14 and 15 of the Constitution, Article 14, 15, and 25 of the Constitution of India. And thereafter, she had directed lifting of the blanket ban and the prohibition and restored the entry of women in the premises. A division bench of Justice Dharmatakari and Justice Dere dismissed a petition filed by 3 convicts in Shakti Mill gang rape case, challenging the validity of legal provisions under which they were sentenced to death in 2014. It was held that the provisions for punishment of repeat offenders under IPC was not unconstitutional, upholding the values of justice. One incident that accurately reflects her ladyship's unwavering commitment to justice was in Akshay Shinde's death matter, custodial death matter, when the state refused to register an FIR and the distressed petitioner withdrew. Her ladyship, in a suo motu writ petition, invoked Lalita Kumari mandate. She held that rule of law is not negotiable and directed the special investigation be constituted. She has also directed the state government to implement the resolution for safety and security of school students. She proactively heard the matter and ensured that safety measures regarding transportation, visitors record, formation of safety committee, etc. In a matter of NCB versus Anuj Keshwani, where I had an occasion to appear for the agency, it was a very interesting question of law in relation to whether the determination of LSD drug for the purpose of its quantification, the weight of the blotting paper is to be included. Her ladyship held that it should be included along with the material while calculating the same. I personally believe that this is a progressive view in sync with the international policies which help strengthening the agency in preventing, curbing the use of drug in India. In this matter, her ladyship, in matters, her ladyship has pronounced in various matters, in various manner, her ladyship has pronounced judgments which has molded the interpretation of criminal constitution laws regarding the woman, helped to develop a degree of compassion towards animals, minors, victims, and custodial death. Her contribution to the matter of family court has resulted in necessary changes in the legal system. Her ladyship has, through her medium of speeches, seminar, lectures, even courtroom exchanges, motivated all lawyers and law students, especially the younger generation, to build a sense of confidence by being nurturing and supporting entity. She has been a reliable symbol of humility and firmness. Her ladyship makes it a point to treat her staff with warmth and is a guiding light for her interns and law assistants. I would like to add that appearing in her courtroom was always a pleasant exercise, considering the engaging discussion that would take place along with the cordial nature in which her ladyship conducted her court. Whatever may be the outcome of the matter, the law returned happily, knowing justice has been done. Every person who had an opportunity to appear before her ladyship will agree with me that absence of her ladyship will be felt in our hearts when our leadership is leaving this court and being elevated as a Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. As she starts her journey as the second woman Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court and the 15th Chief Justice, with fond memories in our hearts, I bid Justice Dere a warm farewell on behalf of all of us present here and wish her a very best for her tenure as a Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. May it be marked by fulfilling experience and success in her judicial endeavors. Thank you.
May I request Sri Milind Sate, Advocate General for State of Maharashtra, to speak a few words.
My Lord the Chief Justice, my Lord Justice Revati Mohite Dere, the Chief Justice Designate of Meghalaya High Court, the other Honorable Judges of the Bombay High Court, former judges of this Honorable Court, senior advocates, members of Justice Revati Dere family, the members of the registry, and my fellow speakers and ladies and gentlemen. We assemble this evening to bid farewell to Justice Dere on her elevation as Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. Justice Dere is one of the senior most judges in the entire country, as well as the first lady judge amongst the lady judges in the country. She hails from lawyer's family and has many firsts to her credit. She was the student of the first batch of 5-year law course in India at Symbiosis Law College, Pune, and she stood first in the merit list in that batch. Thereafter, she completed her LLM from University of Cambridge and then joined the practice with her father, senior advocate from Pune, Sri Vijayarao Mohite. Later, she joined the chambers of Barrister Raja Bhosle, who was Advocate General of Maharashtra and judge of this honorable court. Her chamber has produced not only several judges of this court, but also a former Chief Justice of India. Her practice included criminal law, civil, and constitutional law. She has vast and varied experience of private practice as well as working as assistant government pleader and public prosecutor, amongst other posts. This gave her wide spectrum and vision to go to the next phase of her life in the judiciary. The judgments authored by her are on as several showcase a deep sense of equity, justice, empathy, and her keen mind and acumen for commercial law, human right, right to privacy, among other subjects. On rights of women, her judgment she has held that women's mental health, physical, personal autonomy, and social circumstances are valid grounds for abortion even beyond the statutory 24-week period under the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. On rights of animals, she observed that in transfer of an elephant named Mahadevi from a Jain temple trust in Kolhapur to Gujarat Sanctuary, animals' right to a dignified life also outweighs the religious sentiments. On personal liberty, guarantee under Article 21 in the context of lookout circulars issued without following procedure, she observed that such acts violated both procedural as well as substantive aspects of personal liberty guaranteed under Article 21. In a landmark decision, the bench presided over by her considered the plight of victims of accidents or injuries suffered because of potholes and held that such persons are entitled for monetary compensation from the local authority who is responsible for maintaining the roads within their territory. On large number of judgments authored by her on family and matrimonial law, she has discussed nuances of grounds of divorce under Hindu Marriage Act, keeping in mind the sanctity of marriage, necessity of preserving the same, and resorting to divorce as a last resort. On social justice issues, she has held that provisions of Scheduled Caste, Scheduled Tribes Prevention of Atrocities Act would apply nationwide, irrespective of whether the victim is recognized as a SC or ST in that particular state where the offense is committed. In arbitration law also, she has authored various judgments as well as delivered various lectures at different forums. She observed that arbitral proceedings must be conducted efficiently without compromising upon substantive justice. She observed that unless awards inspire confidence, they will remain susceptible to judicial interference. She again said that arbitration cannot remain a part-time vocation for counsel or arbitrators. The casual ad hoc approach, which characterizes many proceedings in our country, must give way to structured, institutionalized conduct. The perception that arbitration in India is prone to delays must be firmly eliminated. On a personal note, I would like to share some more memories. Justice Dere's father, as Justice Sri Vijayarao Mohite, was a senior lawyer and a doyen in criminal law and an efficient bar counselor, whose signature appears on my bar council sanad as well as several other lawyers who passed around that time. In 1985, I attended as a 2-year-old lawyer a conference in Pune with my senior Justice Dr. Dhanuka on the issue of the popularity or the information about 5-year law course which had just begun. At a function, I saw a young bright girl discussing about the 5-year law course with my senior Mr. Vijay Rao Mohite and Mr. Ram Jethmalani the pros and cons of 5-year law course. That bright young girl is today poised to become the Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. Justice Dere's name, Revati, means a name of one of the constellation. It means abundance. True to that meaning, she has shown empathy, compassion, and kindness in abundance to everyone and in her decision-making process. As we bid farewell to Justice Revati Dere, we truly will miss her in Bombay High Court, and yet it will be a gain of judiciary in Meghalaya, and that court will be enriched with her vast knowledge and experience. On behalf of the entire legal fraternity in state of Maharashtra, on behalf of the state government, on my personal behalf, we bid farewell to Justice Dere and wish her all success in her new career and future judicial career and wish her good health.
May I request Sri Harshad Nimbalkar, Chairman Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, to speak a few words.
Honorable the Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, His Lordship Justice Chandrasekhar, Honorable Justice Revati Mohite Dere, all other Honorable Judges of the Bombay High Court, Learned Additional Solicitor General of India, Shri Anil Singh, Learned Advocate General for the State of Maharashtra, Shri Milind Sathe, Shri Nitin Thakkar, Shri Prashant Rehekar, Shri Nilesh Modi, family members of Justice Dere, senior advocates, learned members of the bar, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, I really deem it a great privilege to stand before this august gathering to congratulate Honorable Justice Revati Mohite Dere on her well-deserved elevation as Chief Justice of the High Court of Meghalaya. Illustrious daughter of an illustrious father, her ladyship's journey has been one of quiet excellence, from Pune to Cambridge, from practice to public service, from bar to bench. Her path has been shaped by discipline, learning, and unwavering commitment to constitutional values. I've been extremely fortunate to begin my career as a junior in the chambers of Her Ladyship's revered father, Shri Vijay Rao Mohite, as said by Shri Sathe, a true doyen of criminal law. Hence, I had an opportunity to witness Her Ladyship's journey from close quarters. Her Ladyship has delivered many a landmark judgments as the judge of the Bombay High Court. Her judgments revealed great clarity of thought, deep insight into law, and unwavering commitment to fairness. Her Ladyship's judgments did not merely interpret statutes, but they also changed lives and corrected systems. Her Ladyship reminded the state that custodial deaths strike at the heart of Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Her Ladyship brought dignity to children living unseen in prison. Her Ladyship affirmed that women cannot be excluded from places of worship and that equality cannot stop at the door of faith. Her Ladyship protected citizens from false prosecution. Her Ladyship's fearless judgments upheld freedom of press, reminding us that democracy survives only when truth can be reported without fear. Her Ladyship has definitely left an indelible mark as judge of the Bombay High Court. Her Ladyship has not only been a good judge, but a humane judge too. To interns and clerks, she was a mentor. To young advocates, a guide. To litigants, a reassurance. And to the bar, a judge who truly listened. Madam, your esteemed father may no longer be with us in person, but his integrity, discipline, and values live on, clearly reflected in your hard work, your judicial courage, and your unwavering moral compass. Meghalaya gains a Chief Justice of Conscience, and we are left richer for having witnessed a judge who proved that law can be firm without being harsh and powerful without being loud. Her ladyship has always supported the Bar Council by delivering lectures in our continuous legal education programs on various topics of law. We are also thankful to her ladyship for transferring costs from the litigants to the Bar Council, enriching the Bar Council. Her ladyship has a special affinity towards the Bar Council because a revered father was member of the Bar Council for 18 long years and was also its chairman. And therefore, the Bar Council and her ladyship is having a cherished relationship. On behalf of the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, I extend my warmest congratulations, deepest respect, and enduring gratitude. We also wish you strength, wisdom, and good health. Thank you.
May I request Sri Nitin Thakkar, President Bombay Bar Association, to speak few words.
My Lord the Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Mrs. Justice Revati Dere, the Chief Justice Designate, Meghalaya High Court, the other judges of this Honorable Court at all its benches, the learned Additional Solicitor General Mr. Anil C. Singh, the learned Advocate General Dr. Milind Sathe, the Chairman Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa Mr. Nimbalkar, the President of Advocate Association of Western India Sri Relekar, the President of Bombay Incorporated Law Society Sri Nilesh Modi, the family members of Justice Mohite Dere, senior advocates and other colleagues, the members of the registry, ladies and gentlemen. It is with profound pride, but with touch of sadness, that we are bidding farewell to Her Ladyship, the Honorable Mrs. Justice Revati Mohite Dere, who is transitioning from being a pillar of the Bombay High Court to becoming Chief Justice of Meghalaya High Court. You have been inspiration for countless number of lawyers, and particularly female lawyers, who are in your awe, wondering how for so many years you have managed work-life balance and discharge your duties professionally with great grace and dignity. While you were speaking at our association yesterday, I saw in eyes of seniors and juniors alike a great admiration for you. The large number present yesterday is the strongest indicator of your popularity, which you have earned through your grace, dignity, integrity, and courteousness. You have a soft voice, but iron resolve. As a judge, you have been a beacon of human rights. You will be remembered for various judgments that you have authored, and learned ASG, the learned Advocate General, have already made reference to them, and I don't wish to repeat the same. You have been a great mentor to junior members of the bar. A junior's lack of experience was not met with impatience, but with a guiding hand. Your ladyship taught us that one does not need to be loud to be heard, and one does not need to be harsh to be firm. Your last few days as a judge in this court, in the newly inaugurated courtroom number 52, popularly known as Chief Justice Chagla's court, was a fitting tribute by the court. From bustling concrete jungle to serene abode of clouds, your ladyship will carry same grace, dignity, compassion, empathy, and integrity to Meghalaya High Court. Your contribution to this building with addition of paintings and aesthetic renovations and other developments which are referred to by my friends cannot be forgotten. As I said yesterday, our association has been your neighbor in a way, as your chamber was nearest to our association, and we apologize if any of our several events have disturbed you. But all said and done, you will miss one thing that we offered, Chinnat's coffee. Your ladyship has always encouraged the activities of Bombay Bar Association. And in our series of continuous education for our members, you, along with Justice Dangre, addressed us on new criminal laws when they were introduced. Your ladyship leaves behind not just a collection of reported judgments, but a standard of judicial conduct of great wisdom, grace, and courage. We at Bombay Bar Association and me personally congratulate you on your appointment as the Chief Justice and wish you all the best in your new assignment. Thank you.
May I request Sri Prashant Relekar, President, Advocates Association of Western India, to speak a few words.
Good evening, everybody. Honorable Chief Justice of Bombay High Court, Justice Sri Chandrasekhar, Honorable Justice Revati Mohite Dere, Madam, Honorable Judges of the Bombay High Court, former Judge Justice Gautam Patel, Justice Qureshi, Additional Solicitor General of India, Sri Anil Singh, Advocate General of Maharashtra, Dr. Milind Sate, Chairman of Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Sri Harshat Nimbalkar, President of Bombay Bar Association, Sri Nitin Thakkar, President of Bombay Corporate Law Society, Sri Nilesh Modi, former Advocate General Dere Khambata, family members of Justice Dere, respected senior counsels and esteemed members of the bar. It is with deep sense and of respect, gratitude and pride that I rise today on behalf of Advocate Association of Western India to address this ceremonial bench assembled in honor of Honorable Ladyship Justice Revati Mohite Dere. As your Ladyship prepares to assume the august office of the Chief Justice of the Meghalaya High Court, this is not merely a formal occasion, it is a moment of reflection, a moment to acknowledge a judicial journey marked by clarity, compassion, and firm commitment to the rule of law. In my tenure as the president of AWI, I have witnessed people break down in emotion in two occasions. One was that when the first was during oath ceremony of Justice Ashwin Bobe, when the juniors stood with tears in their eyes, tears of pride and joy, what we often call Anandashru. The second time was day before yesterday when during a farewell of her ladyship organized by Advocate Association West India, those tears were different. They were tears of happiness, pride, but also a deep attachment and quiet sadness. They reflected not just a moment of parting, but a bond formed over the years of trust, respect, and affection between your ladyship and this court. That moment reminds us that behind the judicial calm, discipline, and restraint stands a heart deeply connected to the institution, institution and its people. It captured what the bar has always known, that your ladyship kindness and politeness were not merely judicial qualities, but deep personal values. What was equally touching was the response of younger members of the bar. I've seen many of them, junior advocates, came forward to touch your ladyship feet and seek blessings. That simple act speaks volumes. It reflected not formality, but understanding, not distance, but it showed how deeply connected the younger generation of lawyers feels in your ladyship, seeing in you not only as a judge, but a guide and source of reassurance. The emotion in that room that day it reflected years of mutual respect, affection, and trust, a bond that will remain long after your ladyship absence from this High Court. On that day, the bar also had the privilege of presenting your ladyship a sari, and we name it as Mahite Sari. A symbol, not merely a tradition, but belonging. It reflected the feeling that no matter where your ladyship goes, this court and this bar will always remain Mahir, which means a parental home for you. Your ladyship words carried wisdom, your silence carried fairness. As your ladyship part away with us, we are deeply saddened because your ladyship daily guidance, calm presence will no longer surround us and will be missed beyond measure. Yet your ladyship legacy will continue to live and in the life you touched. The values you upheld and the standard of justice you so beautifully said, your ladyship will always be remembered, admired, and profoundly missed. Your ladyship demonstrated the firmness need not come at the cost of dignity and that respect towards the bar and its member. It is not optional, it is essential. The above nature shows power may silence a room, but only character earns lasting respect. As your ladyship embarks upon a new and important chapter, We do so with the confidence and pride, confidence that High Court of Meghalaya will be enriched by your leadership wisdom, compassion and leadership, and the pride that this court has the privilege of your leadership service. While we have formally marked this moment of transition today, the respect, affection, and gratitude of this bar will always remain with your leadership. On behalf of Advocate Association Western India, we wish your leadership a good health, strength, and fulfillment in this noble responsibility, and we trust that your leadership will continue to uphold the highest ideal of justice wherever you serve. Thank you.
May I request Sri Nilesh Modi, President, Bombay Incorporated Law Society, to speak a few words.
The Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable Justice Srimati Revati Modi Dere, Chief Justice Designate, Meghalaya High Court, Honorable companion judges of all the benches of this Honorable Court, Honorable former judges, Justice Qureshi, Justice Patel, Learned Additional Solicitor General, Learned Advocate General, respected Chairman of the Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Presidents of the Bombay Bar Association, President of the Advocates Association of Western India, family members of Justice Dere, my esteemed seniors and colleagues, Registrar General and other registrars and staff members of this court, and my dear friends. We are gathered here today with a profound sense of pride and a touch of bittersweet emotion. While the bar feels that the weight of losing one of its most distinguished and upright judges, we are filled with immense joy as we celebrate the elevation of Justice Revati Mohite Dere as the Chief Justice of the Meghalaya High Court. Justice Dere's journey on the bench has been defined by a rare combination of intellectual rigor and a deep-seated empathy. Since her elevation as the Bombay High Court judge in 2013, Justice Dere's courtroom has always been a place where the law was not merely a set of rigid rules, but a living instrument for justice. Whether presiding over a complex criminal matters or sensitive civil liberties cases, Justice Dere earned the bar's respect for her fearless independence, patience and poise, and clarity of thought. Her commitment to the rule of law, regardless of the stature of the parties, involved ability to give every advocate, from the most senior to the youngest junior, a fair and patient hearing, and judgments which stand testimony of a precise understanding of law. These are instances of a rare and formidable character. As the leadership moves from the shores of Mumbai to the abode of clouds in Meghalaya, she carries with her the best traditions of the Bombay High Court. The Meghalaya High Court is gaining a leader who is not only a brilliant legal mind, but also a dedicated administrator. Justice Dere, you have been a role model for many, particularly for the women in our profession, proving that excellence and integrity are the truest paths to the highest offices of our legal system. On behalf of the Bombay Incorporated Law Society and its members, I wish to express our deepest gratitude for the grace and dignity you brought to the institution. While we miss your presence in the courtroom, we are confident that the High Court of Meghalaya will flourish under your leadership. We are grateful to your leadership for sitting over the solicitor's examination and even gracing with your presence in the convocation function and giving some words of wisdom and encouragement to our new members. We wish you most successful and fulfilling tenure and a healthy life, and that you may stay blessed and achieve the further highest in a success in life. Thank you.
May I now request the Honorable the Chief Justice to speak on the occasion.
Esteemed sister, Honorable Srimati Justice Revati Mohite Dere, Senior Administrative Judge of the High Court of Bombay, the Chief Justice Designate of Meghalaya High Court, my esteemed sisters and brother judges, Chief Justice Qureshi, Justice Gautam Patel, Anil Singh, Additional Solicitor General of India, Dr. Milind Sathe, Advocate General, Harsad Nimbalkar, Chairman, Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Mr. Nitin Thakkar, President, Bombay Bar Association, Prashant Relekar, President, Advocates Association of Western India, Nilesh Modi, President, Bombay Incorporated Law Society, Registrar General, other officers of the Registry of the High Court of Bombay, Member Secretary, and other officers of Maharashtra State Legal Services Authority, former Advocate Generals, respected senior advocates, distinguished members of the bar, young members of the bar, gracious ladies and the gentlemen. We first acknowledge the presence of Sri Prashant Dere, children and family members of Sister Justice Revati Dere, who are present today in this ceremonial function. Today we have assembled here to express our gratitude to Honorable Justice Revati Dere for her contributions to the High Court of Bombay, both while at the bar and on the bench. Before we say goodbye for now, we must remember the judge, whose elegance, eminence, and strength enriched our lives for many years. Her life journey in the legal profession had been remarkable, full of values, discipline, and intellectual pursuit. Sister Justice Dere is a woman and a judge of substance, a person of aesthetic sensibility. She enjoyed simple pleasures in life, paints beautifully, collects arts, enjoys films and television, and loves to connect with the people. This is really a moment of pride for all of us that Sister Justice Dere had been elevated to a high constitutional position of the Chief Justice of High Court of Meghalaya. This is a moment to rejoice, no matter sometimes with tearful eyes. For a while, we may feel void in our heart and life, but we know that she is always with us, forever in our mind and our lives. The High Court of Bombay is going to lose a great judge, but with an assurance that the High Court of Meghalaya would be greatly enriched from her intellectual depth, administrative sensitivity, and the humane vision of justice. Born on 17th April 1965, Sister Justice Dere came to Ferguson College after completing her early education at St. Joseph High School, Passau. In course of her studies, she earned many awards, merit certificates, graduated with first class with distinctions from Symbiosis College, and traveled to University of Cambridge in her pursuit of higher learning and obtained a degree in LLM. She was awarded the prestigious Tata Scholarship and the Cambridge Commonwealth Scholarship. In 1988, Sister Justice Dere enrolled herself as an advocate and started practice in the City Civil Court, in the Sessions Court, in the Bombay High Court. Her practice years were marked by meticulous preparation, persuasive clarity, and professional ethics. In a final hearing matter in 1992, she was appointed as an amicus, and the bench, comprising of Honorable Justice Varyava and Justice Ranjana Desai, was so impressed with her notes that a direction was issued to the state government to pay rupees 15,000 for her efforts. Her competence offered her the key constitutional and statutory responsibilities. She served as government pleader and public prosecutor for the state of Maharashtra, assistant government pleader in the writ cell of the High Court, senior counsel for the Union of India, and additional public prosecutor for the Union of India before this court. Justice Dere was elevated to the bench on 21st June 2013. The day when James Watson and Francis Crick discovered in 1953 the double helix model. The day when United States Constitution became the law in 1788. The day when Benazir Bhutto was born and a star was born on the horizon of this court. As a judge, she presided over diverse jurisdictions and authored judgments marked with analytical depth and constitutional sensitivity. In her judicial career spanning more than 12 years, Justice Dere has disposed of more than 25,000 cases with hundreds of reported judgments to her credit. Her decisions reflect a careful balance of legal principles and social context, ensuring justice that is both lawful and equitable. The greatness of a judge lies not merely in knowledge of law, but the qualities which would combine with knowledge, creating new dimensions in the justice delivery system. Impartiality while deciding the case, without fear or favor, affection or ill will, a space for every voice, a place for dignity, where every litigant, regardless of his status, received a patient hearing. Her judicial temperament is marked by calmness, courtesy, and restraint. Over the years, Justice Dere evolved herself and participated in the evolution of this great institution, the High Court of Bombay. In the wake of growing public expectation and a changing landscape, she remained anchored to the core values that defines a public institution: independent, fair, disciplined, and full of humility. Her judgments reflect a deep respect for the constitutional values, judicial discipline, and the rule of law. In a series of landmark judgments, Sister Justice Dere resolved intricate legal issues. In Asian Paints, which Advocate General referred, perhaps it's the same case, this court, through Justice Dere, held that Section 26(2)(a) of the Competition Commission of India Act is an enabling and not clarificatory position, which avoids duplication of efforts but does not create jurisdictional bar. In MMRDA versus Union of India, 2025 SEC Online, Sister Justice Dere gave a new dimension to the public trust document for protecting the fragile mangroves and issued a direction for creating dedicated public website to track afforestation efforts and mangrove survival. In a suo motu writ petition, Sister Justice Dere held that the right to safe journey is a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. She has always emphasized on the effective functioning of a constitutional court, which requires robust judicial system with efficient processes and thoughtful governance in the internal decision-making processes. In the decision rendered in Mayur L. Desai versus State of Maharashtra, Justice Dere held that the access to justice is a constitutional right and the tribunals cannot remain technologically averse. She insisted on virtual models, not only virtual models when physical infrastructure exists. She issued directions to the Mahadera to restore hybrid hearings and to create a transparent system for urgent listing and execution of orders. As the executive chairperson of the Maharashtra State Legal Services Authority, since 30th of August 2025, Sister Justice Dere provided effective leadership to the National Lok Adalats in the settlement and disposal of about 4,51,000 cases, which includes 1,74,000 pending matters. Justice Dere has always played a significant role in revamping and modernization of the family court and juvenile justice courts at Pune. In this court also, she was instrumental in establishment of a judge's lounge, conceived not merely as a physical space, but as an environment fostering and reflecting on the well-being of the advocates. As a member of the building committee and the steering committee, her administrative acumen, attention to detail, and long-term vision left a lasting imprint on the institution. Justice Dere's journey is a testament to discipline, integrity, and intellectual pursuit. In this, we see the profound influence of her father, late Sri Vijay Rao Mohite, a distinguished criminal lawyer, from whom she imbibed enduring values, principle, courage, self-reliance, and respect for every individual. From her mother, Srimati Jayasri Mohite, an academician, she inherited grace, dignity, and a pursuit for excellence. Her maternal grandfather's service as a district judge in the pre-independence era further enriched this legacy of public service. She leaves behind not only a record of distinguished service, but also an example of how excellence can coexist with humility. It is often said that every ending is not a happy one, but there is always two sides of a coin. This ceremonial bench gathering reflects that duality, combines celebration with a heartfelt farewell. The Bombay High Court now prepares itself to lose its senior-most administrative judge, who always marked her presence with dignity, grace, and strength. The elevation of the Chief Justice of Meghalaya is a recognition of her position as a jurist whose commitment to the cause of justice has been remarkable. The office of the Chief Justice of High Court is a position of profound constitutional importance. It is an office that demands administrative acumen, moral authority, and deep sensitivity to the role of judiciary in a democratic society. As Sister Justice Dere demits office from this court to assume the charge as Chief Justice of the High Court of Meghalaya, members of the bar across the jurisdiction have expressed pride and joy. Justice Dere leaves behind not merely a record of distinguished service, but an enduring example. She has now assumed the leadership of a constitutional court in another part of our great nation. We are confident that the institution she leads will benefit immensely from her intellectual in-depth, administrative sensitivity, and humane version and vision of the justice. On behalf of my esteemed sisters and brother judges, and on my own behalf, I wish her every success in her new and exalted role. We are sure that you will serve the people of Meghalaya and Constitution with the same wavering commitment that has defined your journey so far. We all wish you very good luck and success in your future journey. Thank you. Thank you for being part of this great institution. Thanks again.
May I request Honorable Srimati Justice Revati Mohite Dere to respond to the farewell ovation.
Respected Chief Justice, Honorable Sister and Brother Judges, Retired Chief Justice Akil Qureshi, Retired Justice Gautam Patel, Shri Milind Sathe, Advocate General for the State of Maharashtra, Shri Anil Singh, Additional Solicitor General of India, Shri Harshad Nimbarkar, Chairman Bar Council of Maharashtra and Goa, Shri Nitin Thakkar, President Bombay Bar Association, Shri Prashant Rehekar, President Advocates Association of Western India, Mr. Nilesh Modi, President Bombay Incorporated Law Society, distinguished senior advocates, members of the bars, officers and staff of the registry, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for all the kind words you've spoken about me today. I am overwhelmed and I accept it with all humility at my command. Thank you for all your love and affection. Today I am filled with deep gratitude and emotion. This High Court has been my foundation, my guide, and a place where I have grown not only as a judge, but also as a human being. The lessons learned here at the High Court, the guidance, the support, and the shared sense of duty have shaped my journey in ways I will always cherish. My journey in the judiciary began here, and I'm mindful of how much this institution has given me. I have learned that the work of a judge is not only to interpret law, but also to uphold the faith that people place in the justice system. In innumerable hearings, I have witnessed how the hope and trust reposed by those who approach us in search of justice lend both meaning and a profound sense of responsibility to every judgment we render. For me, the judiciary was never just a profession, it was a calling. The chance to protect rights, uphold the Constitution, and impact lives in a meaningful way was deeply inspiring. The path does require discipline and commitment, but the trust people place in us makes every challenge worthwhile. As I prepare to assume office as Chief Justice of the Meghalaya High Court, I am deeply aware of the responsibility and privilege that this role entails. At the same time, my heart is full of gratitude for the Bombay High Court, for the mentorship and guidance I have received here. It is because of this support that I'm able to take this next step with confidence and humility. No journey in the judiciary is undertaken alone. To my colleagues, thank you for your wisdom, encouragement, and companionship. To the Honorable the Chief Justice, I extend my sincere thanks for the trust and confidence reposed in me and for the guidance and support that he has been. He has truly been a source of strength throughout. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation to the staff of this High Court, the registry, the secretaries and staff attached to my office, my judicial research assistants, interns, and all members of the administrative team. Your dedication, diligence, and quiet support ensure that justice is delivered smoothly every day. Your efforts often go unnoticed, but they are invaluable, and I'm profoundly grateful to each one of you. To the bar, I would like to say, as lawyers, you have a responsibility to the Constitution, responsibility to be the champions of justice and truth. So speak up fearlessly, advocate tirelessly, and stand unwaveringly for what is right. Your integrity and courage will leave a lasting impact on the society. The power to shape justice is in your hands. Don't merely represent clients, champion causes, speak truth to power, challenge injustice, and stand firmly for the voiceless. Your voice can mean the difference between oppression and freedom. Be the change you seek to uphold and keep the proud legacy of the Bombay High Court flying high. The Bombay High Court has always been at the forefront with a legacy defined by excellence and trailblazing jurisprudence. So it is the responsibility of one and all to keep this flag flying high. I'm also deeply grateful to my parents who have shaped me to become what I am, and to my family and friends whose love, patience, and unwavering support have been my anchor throughout long hearings, late nights, and several drafts of judgments. Without them, this journey would have been far more challenging. All this would not have been possible without the support of my family and friends, and I thank all of them. As I step into this new responsibility, I carry with me a simple truth that the essence of the judiciary lies not in the positions we hold, but in the impact we make in the lives of those who seek justice. It lies in fairness, in integrity, and in compassion. In closing, I must also share a reflection that is personally meaningful to me. I had never imagined that my role as a judge would provide avenues to engage with my long cherished artistic inclinations. Yet, through the privilege of being appointed as the guardian judge for family courts in Maharashtra initially and thereafter as a guardian judge of Pune district, I got an opportunity to contribute beyond the purely adjudicatory function. I'm happy that I could bring about some change in the infrastructure of the family court Pune, juvenile justice home at Dongri, the High Court creche, the High Court lounge, and so on. These experiences have reaffirmed my belief that the administration of justice is not only an exercise of the mind, but also of sensitivity, creativity, and vision, qualities that enrich our institutions and ultimately the lives of those they serve. I leave with gratitude for every lesson learned, every challenge shared, and every memory created here in Bombay. I will carry these with me along with the friendships, guidance, and support that I have received. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your love and affection, encouragement and support, and your camaraderie. It has been the highest honor of my life to serve alongside all of you. I will always cherish the time spent here in this court. I leave this court with gratitude, gratitude, and only gratitude. Thank you.
May I now seek permission of Honorable the Chief Justice uh, to declare that this ceremonial full court farewell ovation is over. Thanks, my lord.